Hi everybody, Marilyn Billings here, two-star director from St. Albans, and today we're talking about our Freezermates. Now, I love our Freezermates for so many different reasons. We use them in our freezer, we use them in our refrigerator, we use them in our cabinets, we also use them in our coolers. It is coming towards summertime and these are fantastic for in your coolers. Now, why are they so great? Well, first of all, they are so pretty. And they are also what's called modular, which means that you can create these nice stacks and be able to pull them out all at the same time. You're not going to have things sliding off of each other because you have this nice footprint right on the seal that then the bottom of the next one fits right into, so they don't move around when you have them stacked. Now also, one of the features of the containers is this little, it looks like a little arch on the bottom. The reason it is there is to be able to have air circulate underneath as well as all around. So when you do have them all stacked up, that you're not going to have some parts that froze quickly and other parts that didn't. So then you have, all sorts of issues with the item that's inside there. So Tupperware thinks of that and makes it so that the air can circulate and you can get the keep your food the freshest the longest. Now, the other nice thing about the seal here is you've got a tab that makes it a little easier to be able to take off, and it's a flexible seal, which means that when it's frozen, even when it's frozen, it's still going to be flexible and you can take it off. And the container is also flexible. So if you have something frozen in here, so like you made an extra batch of spaghetti sauce and so you put it in here, so it will flex so that you can pop it out and put it into another container. Now to put on the seal, you want to take it and have one corner and work your finger around, go to the next corner, go to the next corner, and then slide into home. So you essentially go around the bases and then it's nice and sealed. So you want it nice and sealed so that everything stays nice and fresh. Now, when you are putting these in the freezer, you want to fill them to the fill line. And there is a fill line. Let's see if I can find it now. There is a fill line, so you don't want to put product above that fill line, because if it has any liquid content in it, it's actually going to expand when it freezes. And so if it's expanding when it freezes, then it's going to pop that top off, and that's not going to be good. So you want to make sure you respect the fill line, don't fill it above that. But the other thing is you want to find the container for the amount of stuff that you're using, what's going to be closest to the amount of stuff that you're using. You don't want to underfill it either, because one of the things that does hurt foods in the freezer is air. And so what you want to do is limit the amount of air that's in the container. Now, if, like, say, we will put pork chops in here and we will layer them. So we'll put a piece of wax paper in between each of them so we can take them out individually. And if we're doing that, we then crumple up the wax paper after we've used one to fill up the rest of the space, so that it doesn't have a lot of air space that's going to then hurt the food. So you want to do that. And you can also use, if you've been using our cereal stores and you take the bag, you've got the cereal container and it had a bag in it, you can take that bag, that's kind of like a waxy bag, and then you can put that in here as well, just to take up that space. So you've got all those containers. We use these for many different things. Like I've got this one here is always our corn. So I can tell when the corn is getting low. What's nice too, I don't know if you can hear it, sometimes it zeroes it out, but the corn is loose in here. So I just opened the bag, put it in there, but I don't know about you, but I can remember my mom throwing it on the ground, trying to break up the corn and things like that. And I don't have to do that with the Freezermates. The other thing that I will do is with the, this is the Fridge Smart Small Shallow. I will flash freeze things like blueberries when it is in the season, when they're cheap. And so you put it on a cookie sheet, put it in the, just a single layer, put it on a cookie sheet, put it in the freezer, put it in there for about 30 minutes, and then pour it in here. And then what happens is the blueberries stay nice and loose. So when I want them for pancakes, when I want them for muffins, it's ready to go. The other thing you can do is if you've got some fruit and it's getting close to, you know, that time when you're gonna probably get rid of it and put it in the compost, before you do that, you can put them in here and create like a smoothie setup. So any of the different fruits and fruits, you could do vegetables too, I suppose, but any of your different fruits in here, and then when you go to make a smoothie, you've got the frozen fruit, you can just pour it in there. So you can throw bananas in there, you can strawberries, mango, you know, whatever it is that you have that is close to being done, throw them. And I put them into individual size ones, so that way I know, oh, I can just dump the entire thing in for my smoothie. But it's up to you if you want to do individual containers or if you want to do bigger one and just kind of add what you want. The other thing is, you know, I was mentioning coolers. This is fantastic for in your coolers. And what I will usually do is fill this one up with water and put it in the freezer and get it frozen solid, so that becomes the ice block for the cooler. And then all of these containers have all the different things that we need for the camping or the cookout or whatever. And this will keep it nice and cold. And then we can also drink the water afterwards if it has defrosted and stuff in time. So I love these. Was one of the others. We put the chicken in here or the steaks in here as well. And what I will do is put the marinade in with the chicken or in with the steak. And that way, when it's freezing, it's taking on the marinade. And when you take it out, put it in the refrigerator overnight, it's still marinating. So it's been marinating the entire time that it's been stored. And then it's ready to go on the grill or wherever. So the Freezermates really are a fantastic item. For this particular set that I have, these are the medium shallow, and that holds 1 liter. These are the small deep. They also hold 1 liter. So it depends on how you want to do, you know, how you like your particular item, whether you want them flat out or if you want them stacked. And then these are the small shallows. So they are absolutely fantastic for in your freezer, in your refrigerator, in your coolers, in your cabinets, wherever you like. They will help you save time, space, taste, and waste. So thank you so much. I hope you love the Freezermates as much as I love them too. All right, have a good day, everybody.